Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kenny Wallace Show, brought to you by JEGS, the leader in high-performance aftermarket car parts. Remember, I've always wanted to do this. Go to jegs.com. How about that bad boy? So we won the 2005 Prelude to the Dream, the very first one ever at Eldora. And CJ Rayburn let me use a dirt super late model. So yes, the Herminators raced a lot of dirt super late model races. And we won a big race at Cleveland, Tennessee. Now Cleveland is gone against Ronnie Johnson and all the big boys. So the Herminators said, these bad boys, these super late models are too expensive. And I decided to, hood fell off. And how about this one? How about this one? Right away, the Kenny Wallace Show is going to talk about the Miller Genuine Draft Car, Midnight. Rusty Wallace brings Midnight. My big brother brought Midnight to the World Wide Technology Raceway this week, and that was a big deal. Old Midnight, she rolled again, and Rusty sounded good on TV. So anyway, some really good die-casts. We love die-casts, don't we? Especially the ones that are real heavy. They feel like there's something. Pause. We're getting ready to roll. Boy, we got a lot to say. So the Kenny Wallace Show is going to be all about the World Wide Technology Raceway. Did you watch the race? What'd you think? What were the highlights? And boy, we got a lot to talk about. We really do. What a great Speed Week in St. Louis. That's the new name. Speed Week in St. Louis. Now, we talked about this last year, but I still don't see any hashtags. I don't see any decals, but shout out to Kevin and Tammy Gundaker over there at Tri-City Speedway, Granite City, Illinois. 3 nights of incredible dirt racing. They packed them in over there. Kyle Larson on Wednesday night wins $32,000 in the high limit series. And then, we got the finish on Thursday night. For me, I run second. And we also had the extreme open wheel midgets racing with our modifieds. I run second on that Thursday night, but Friday night was the big night with the World of Outlaw late models. And they ended up having a 4 wide at the finish. And that was a great race. And Kyle Bronson won the race. Well, old squirrel, Brian Shirley, right there on him. All right, let's go right at it. The Herminator. We're going to de-bullshit everything. Let's go with the negative stuff right away. First of all, I say let's go with the negative stuff right away. Let's paint the picture first of all. World Wide Technology Raceway, sold out. It comes on TV and you're like, wow, there's a lot of people there. So it looked sold out. It was sold out. So we just de-bullshitted that. It looked good. And they had no more beer lines because they had lots of places for people to eat, drink. It was called the Confluence Music Festival. They had music everywhere. This is the new NASCAR where it's just everything. People are coming. Hey, you here for the race? No, I'm here for the concert. Are you here for the race? Yeah, more people there for the race, but people were there to watch Dirks Bentley after the race. But the whole weekend, a great truck race on Saturday. Grant Enfinger won that truck race. Good truck race. Highlight there was Ty Majeski spun out, getting down there in turn 1 and caused some people to get wrecked up. But all right, let's talk about Sunday, the one that y'all are waiting for. Listen, they dropped the green flag and it's electric. It's buzzing. And the start of the race is really good. Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch are side by side for like 3 laps. Like, this is really good. And all of a sudden, caution. All right. Caution flag. Lap 5. Everybody's looking around. Who wrecked? What's going on? So Herminator is going to address the negativity right away. The buzzkill was the damn weather. Not a drop of rain in turns 3 and 4, because that's where I was. I was in turns 3 and 4, not a drop of rain. However, I did hear down in turns 1 and 2. Remember, this is a big racetrack, World Wide Technology Raceway. Big track, long straightaways. So they said there was some sprinkles, but there was no rain. However, the clouds were building big. They were big, 40,000 feet in the air, and you had the wind blowing west. The wind was going east to west. The storm was coming east, and all these clouds. So look, wind going this way, and it did this. So it had a lot of lightning. So come to find out right here on the Kenny Wallace Show, I'm going to tell you what the rules are. Any big sporting event, all the cameramen are way high, and I'm not saying they're union, but they worked it out. Listen, if there is lightning in the area within 8 miles, it used to be 10 miles. Now, I was in the Fox TV compound, so I do know the rules because I asked them. They said, I think it's 8 or 10 miles right in there. They worked it out. They got to shut everything down. So that was a buzzkill. We even lost some fans, and hell, it was only 3 o'clock, but a lot of people in life, listen, you got to juke and jive in life, right? Some people can juke and jive. Some people are like, listen, I've had enough. I watched the start of the race. I'm drunk. I'm tired. And a lot of people showed up at 7 in the morning. So they watched start race and they're like, hey, this was a wonderful event, but I'm tired. And, had nothing to do with NASCAR, had nothing to do with the sport. It was an act of God, lightning strikes, and it was an hour, 50-minute delay. So I'm addressing the buzzkill. The only problem I got is I can't blame it on anybody. The Kenny Wallace Show, the Herminator, I'm usually, here's what happened. But not because it's my track. Not because it's my track. This is a rule in all of sports, NFL, Major League Baseball. If you have cameramen and you got people in harm's way, and listen, we were all aggravated. We're a bunch of rednecks. So what? They get electrocuted. That's bad. Drop the green flag, man. Earnhardt, woo! You're 4 beers in. You're dumb. I'm smart. Come on. But they literally had to take the cameramen away from their cameras. Had to take the men and ladies away from their cameras, and they were only using a RoboCam, right? So hopefully I de-bullshitted that, broke it down for you. That was the buzzkill, but what are we going to do? I mean, it was pretty gnarly looking out there. And I do have a video of it. Maybe Charlie will insert that video right here. I did the video, as the kids would say, the clouds were gnarly. They were gnarly. I mean, it was like, whoa, should I hide? But for the most part, hour, 50-minute delay. I don't know who to blame it on. I don't think I can really blame it on anybody because I know a lot of you are in the union out there. If you're a union, that's their rules. You have rules, work rules. Protect me. I don't want to get electrocuted. All right. As Larry Mack say, I beat that with a dead horse. That was the buzzkill. But I think the other one was, although these cars were sliding up the track, we dropped the green flag. We got Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney going at it. These were the 2 dominant cars. Listen, I saw the groove I was very impressed with the big groove, wide groove. They were not on the bottom. They were way up, and that's what you want to see. Wide racetrack. But this next-gen car needs some work. Yes, the Herminator's saying it right here. This next-gen car needs some work on these short tracks. I wanted to see, it's kind of funny because one side, the Herminator's over here, man, it was side by side for 5 laps. But once they got in line, it's kind of weird, right? Because the leaders out there, with Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. But then I thought the production team at Fox Sports did a good job, right? Because I even said that in the booth. I didn't say it live on TV, but I told Clint Boyer, Mike Joy, and Michael Walsh, I said, good thing our producers are smart. At the end of that race, like from 10th to 20th, they were 3 wide. Now, why are they 2 and 3 wide? Why are they able to race so good at the mid pack? Well, here's why. Because cars that are fast, they get away from each other. Cars that are handling bad, they're all over each other. And that's what, if you were at the racetrack, and now at the end of that race on Fox TV, we showed you with about 10 to go, they were all over each other. So it begs the question, why are they all over each other right there for 10th to 20th, but why aren't they like that for the lead? It's because the guys up front were hauling ass, and they were right. 10th through 20th, they weren't handling very good. So it tells me they still got to get rid of spoiler. That tire is awfully wide, awfully wide. I got a good look at those tires. Man, it looks like a damn Formula One tire. This car is a little bit too Australian Super 8 Series car. If you're a racer, you know that this they call it V8. I mean, duh, but 8 cylinders, but that's just the name of it. It's a little too wide tires and one lug nut. I get all that, and it is a good car, but it's still going to give them a break. Then they got some work to do. And I'll tell you, here's what's saving NASCAR right now. All right, let's do a 90 degree. All right, I told you about the electric. I give you all the negativity. I wanted to see more passing. The electric, the delay at the race. I was mean for a while there, wasn't I? All right, enough of that. But you can't do nothing about the weather, and the car's the car. They still need to work on it. Now let's tell you why NASCAR is doing good right now. I'm going to tell you why. They're still going at it. So here's the story in the garage area and the story all over America right now. Richard Childress wins the race with his driver, Kyle Busch. Okay. RCR owns 2 cars. Richard Childress owns Kyle Busch, who wins the race. Now, Austin Dillon drives the other car, the number 3, right? And he's running right there, running pretty good, top 15. I mean, we're talking about the big boys, 39. Listen, this ain't Formula One. Okay, Formula One, you're lucky if you got 20 cars total. This is twice the amount of cars. So, you're 39, 40 cars, whatever it is. You're running top 15. That's pretty big. Okay, so Austin Dillon's running good. And, we did Where's Wallace on Fox, and I spent time with Austin Cindric. Now, we're talking 2 Austins here, Austin Cindric and Austin Dillon. We watched the replay over and over, but here's what brought it to our attention. Richard Childress, after the race, after the Victory Lane press conference, Richard Childress, the owner, said, my other car, the number 3 car, flat got wrecked, got hooked by Austin Cindric in the number 2 Roger Penske car. You watched the replay. I watched the replay. Now, Austin Dillon gets interviewed after the race, and he says, quote unquote, I got hooked. Austin Cindric wrecked me on purpose. He should set out for a race like Bubba Wallace did and like Chase Elliott did. I watched it. He hooked him. Okay. So I don't know what this hooking thing's going on. It's this new phenomenon. But if Austin Cindric, gets set out a week, I can see it happening because it's too wide. They're too wide, and there's not room for a third car. And Austin Dillon says he hooked me in retaliation for something that happened somewhere that I didn't see. But Austin Cindric hooked him. Come in, tried to make it 3 wide, turn left. You see the car changing lanes, and I mean, it was a hell of a wreck. So, and what's a shame about it is Ricky Stenhouse, who has been kicking butt, running really good, he gets slammed. So here we go once again, wrecking. Well, then there's an innocent bystander, which is Ricky Stenhouse. He gets taken out. So big story right now is, will Austin Cindric be set out of race? Respond right here. Our Herminator says it's all there. They're going to go back through that data, that telemetry. You know, they're going to download the data. You know, if you're watching it in real play, if you're looking at the telemetry, I don't know if you say, "Oh, look there," but I think they got to download it, look at it. You know, what did he do? We're going straight. He turned left. I don't know. So, you know, I told you. Listen, I said last week they're going to let Chase Elliott go because he didn't admit to it. However, I did say, and just like the great Dick Trickle says, I broke it down into percentages. I said Chase Elliott could be suspended, and if he does, here's why. I said because they're going to look at that telemetry now. So I saw a comment, well, Herman, that's like saying it will rain and it might not rain. No, I disagree. I said Chase Elliott would not be suspended because he didn't admit to it. And then I said, however, if he does get suspended, it's going to be because of something we haven't seen much. This data is going to come into play. Well, 2 days later, we got this new deal. It's called We Can See What You Do, in-car camera, the whole deal. Used to be where you thought you could hide, right? So did Austin Cindric hide? Or is the data? Listen, we're doing the show right now. It's early. It's Monday. So NASCAR's got all the way to Wednesday to come out. You know, they're all flying back. Drop your comments right here. Will Austin Cindric set out a week? I say yes, because of everything I was taught. After last week, they taught me. All right. I guess that's it. So far, we've knocked out the Lightning, the next gen car, Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon. Man, the one I hate to talk about is as they say, the elephant in the room. Cory LaJoie, my buddy. I love him. Everybody loves Cory LaJoie. Cory LaJoie in the number 9 car of Chase Elliott. Man, this goes back to old Bill Elliott telling me, Herman, it's all about timing and circumstances. Cory LaJoie, years ago, takes his pen, writes Rick Hendrick a letter. Rick, I'm a good driver. Please let me drive for you. I'll prove to you I can do it. Well, be careful what you wish for. Listen, big brother Rusty Wallace always told me this, Herman, don't ever let anybody drive your race car because it can go both ways. That number 9 car, that Chase Elliott, that Napa car is set up for Chase Elliott. Now, at the start of that race, Kyle Larson was horrible. And at the start of that race, it was Kyle Larson here, Cory LaJoie here. And you're like, well, Kyle Larson is running 22nd. Cory LaJoie is running 23rd. So it's like, okay, they're both running like crap. Up here at the front is the other 2 Hendrick car, you know, William Byron, Alex Bowman. So it's like, wow, these 2 are in this garage down there in North Carolina. And the guys, you know, Kyle Larson and Cory LaJoie, they're over in this garage, you know, because if you go to Hendrick Motorsports, there's 2 buildings, right? And in this building is, you know, the 48 and the 24, right? Well, they're running up front. And over here in this building, you know, is the 9 and the 5. Now, I'm not saying that that's the way it really is, but that's the way the buildings work down there at the Hendrick campus. So did the 5 and the 9, did Kyle Larson and did Cory LaJoie, did those 2 crew chiefs miss the setup at the start of the race? At first, I'm giving Cory LaJoie a break, and I'm like, my God, I feel bad for Cory because he realizes his stream. And I know it's not going to be easy. I saw Cory, and I say, Cory, here's my advice. do like the great Dick Trickle taught me. Stay Cory. Cory, you be you. Let the car do the talking. Well, it turned out not good. And I feel bad for Cory. And to make matters worse, Cory gets out of his car, which is the 7, puts this new phenomenon, Carson Hocevar. Man, what a name. Carson, this young kid, skinny as a bean, but he's done it all. We know he's good. Listen, let's say it, okay? We know Carson Hocevar is good. We know he's coming. He gets in that old junky 7 car. Now, listen, I'm acting silly. The 7 car is not junky. It's a good car, but it's with a team that doesn't have a lot of money. He rockets all the way up. He's running like 16th. So here's Cory's car running 16th. Cory's back there in 28th. And I'm looking at the monitor. Those were the real positions. Well, Carson breaks a brake rotor and smashes into the wall, but the damage is already done. So listen, I love Cory LaJoie. I love him. But this is the Kenny Wallace show, and we got to de-bullshit it. So I don't know. They say in big time sports, you get one chance. And in my day, I probably got 3 chances. But what inevitably saved me was every time, okay, first of all, go back and look at it. Every time I got in a good car, I was very lucky. I hauled ass. Steve Park got hurt. I set quick time at Rockingham, finished 2nd in the big race. That saved my career. Whoa, sorry. Ernie Irving gets hurt. I haul ass at Martinsville, and I run 5th. I run 10th in the Southern 500. So, it could be said, hey, Kenny Wallace or Cory LaJoie, maybe get a couple shots in that car. Maybe don't judge your self-worth over one race. Nowadays, they're mean. Nowadays, you only get one chance. So, all right. I think that's it. We're going on 22 minutes just because there was so much to say. Let's end it like this. It was a wonderful speed week. I want to thank you all. You all commented so much on myself showing up in the booth with Fox. It's not easy. I do know the sport. I love the sport. Listen, it's hard to know everything. I'm running my dirt car. I'm doing bike week with Rusty. Listen, I'm doing all types of stuff, okay? It's very hard for me to know everything. So I do know a lot, but I want to thank you all for being so nice to me. Your comments were not 90%. They were 110% nice. The only fun thing, and I deserved it, was that pink shirt. And boy, I love that pink shirt. I ought to yell to Kim right now and tell her to go get it out of the laundry basket. That pink shirt was actually a racing shirt. That pink shirt had a little racetrack on it, had a little steering wheel on it, had a helmet, had a trophy. So that pink shirt, they make one in blue. It was a racing shirt. All these little steering wheels and helmets. And so it was a racing shirt. I was smashing watermelons at Kenny Wallace Live. That was over the top. Thank you, fans. Another 5,000 people showed up. The week was awesome, and you all showed up for the Kenny Wallace Live show, but I was smashing pumpkins. Got all the watermelon all over me. So we had to call an audible. The racetrack, Chris Blair, they gave me the pink shirt. Come to find out, the pink shirt had a bigger life than me. But it was big. Thank you all for the nice comments. And for me, it was a great week. That damn lightning, that lightning got us. But for the most part, the racetrack did a great job. The traffic pattern was great. Everybody was happy with the beer lines. And I think we covered all the bases. So that's it. Hey, listen, we're rolling. We're rolling. Please like and subscribe. I see we're up to 70,000 subscribers. Please like and subscribe. We're going to hang that when we get to 100,000. and YouTube gives us our silver trophy, I think we're going to put it right there. And I'm going to say it's all for you, all of us. All right, everybody, drop your comments. That was a lot. We got a lot of positivity, but a lot of negativity there. And we know that you love negativity because that's the new world we live in. Talk to me about the Lightning. Talk to me about, did Austin Cindric, did he hook Austin Dillon? Was that Cory LaJoie's last chance at a big time ride? Almost forgot. Congratulations to our local crew chief, Randall Burnett. Somebody pointed out, Herman, you forgot about the winner. Man, I'm bad at that. What are you doing, Herman? Can't you see I'm kicking my ass? Congratulations to Kyle Busch. He won down there at Doe Run, the little dirt track. He won in a race car. Yes, Kyle Busch won, but his crew chief, Randall Burnett, is from right here in St. Louis. So good hometown feel. Woo! Herminator almost forgot to congratulate Kyle Busch on the win. It's because we have so many storylines. So many storylines in NASCAR now. All right, everybody. Woo! 26 minutes. Looks like Charlie's going to have to edit this one up. All right, everybody. Until next time, remember, you can find us in podcast form, Spotify, iTunes. Midnight rolls again.